Hi y'all, Phil here again with High Tech Legion, and taking a look at the Gigabyte Aivia Uranium. This is their Ghost Engine software that interacts with the Ghost macro station. So here we can see we want to select our mouse, the Uranium, and we can also choose to go to the Aivia forum, Gigabyte's website, or update the software. We happen to already have the latest version of software here. Let's go ahead over and click on the Profiles tab. On here you can see this is where we set the various actions for each of our keys or buttons on the mouse. Let's go ahead and start with the G1. And so you can either have it as the default for which one is disabled, and there's a bunch of other basic actions such as other kinds of clicks, moving forward in the browser, double clicks, control, buttons, deleting files, copying files. There's just basic things. These are all the same kind of things that you can set through the use the mouse to go through the Ghost macro station itself instead of having to go through here. Same thing with the key mappings. These are also available just going through the Ghost macro station. And then under macros, this is where you actually have to do the macros yourself. When you create macros here and you save them, they will be saved to the Ghost macro station so that you can use them at your will with your the mouse. Once you save into the station, you don't have to go through this software on your computer in order to change the macros that are assigned to each key. You can just do it with the mouse through the station, as I showed you in their review of the Aivia Uranium. So let's go ahead and click on Macro 2 over here and click Edit. Now up here you can see we have a record button. You click that to start recording. This one don't use. This is set to record whether if you can press in the pause key on your keyboard will pause recording. If you disable this, then it will actually record using the pause key. Down here for this third button, it controls what things you're going to record. Right now it's set to keyboard, mouse, and the position of the cursor on your screen. So let's just go ahead and set it to mouse and keyboard. You can cycle it through any of the combination of the three devices. Here you can also control what gets recorded, whether it's a fixed delay between each command, no delay, so they all just happen bam, bam, bam right away, or an automatically detecting how much time is between each input. You can also control how the macro works. Fire mode happens to be that it keeps going until you let go. Execute once is that you can click it and hold it down. It'll only happen once. And loop is that you click it and it'll just keep going until you click again. Up here you can see you're also able to import macros if you save them. You can export them, your macro. So if you import them, they get saved to an INI file that you can use somewhere else. And then this My Macro, where you can copy it in from other existing macros. And up here you can also name it to you can also rename your macro. Now on the left here you can drag and drop various things in, such as a delay, 60 milliseconds, clicking the mouse, so I put a right click in there, and then let's have it drag in a scroll. So scroll down and scroll up. So, and that is your macro there, and now we can export it to an INI file that we can import at a later time. So now I can go ahead and let's delete all of these out, just make it easy to show you a macro. Just grab everything here and do record, and I'll scroll down, wait, and scroll back up. Stop it. And now let's see this guy. Let's save it. Macro 2. Actually, let's change it. The icon to make it a star. Save it. Now let's go back again. So here we go. G1, double click it. And go over to macros and click on that. And now it's selected. We click save. And you can see the icon there changes for G1. Now, if I open up a web page, You can see our High-Tech Legion website. If I click the G1 button, it scrolls down, waits, and scrolls back up. It does some more scrolling. Now it happened to me on loop mode, so it just kept going and going. So I had to click the button so it would stop. Alright, that's how you set your macros. Now that macro will now be available to adjust in your Ghost Station if you take the Ghost Station to another location where you don't have the software installed. So here you can manage your profile. So in each profile you can enable it or disable it, so you can only have 1, 2, or however many. And then you can change the color. You can see the colors down here. The only one that's not already used is this orange color, and this gray looking one here, which is actually, it turns the light off. This is useful for, say, if you're gaming in the dark and that would be distracting, or like watching a movie or something. And you can also use this breathing effect, which causes the light to kind of pulsate. So change this to orange, breathing effect, and save it. Sensitivity, here you can, just like through the station itself, you can adjust the DPI. You click the unlock button and you can increase one independently of the other. Keep in mind that if you go above 5600, it's being accomplished through software. It's extrapolating motion and sensitivity through the software. So now if I was on profile 1 and I click save, my Y will be ridiculously sensitive and my X won't be. There we go. Unlock it. Now wheel settings, here again you can adjust the wheel settings for scrolling down a web page. I set that and I should go over here. And you can see it scrolls a lot more with each click than it did previously. Or if I go back and I set it back to default and I go back, you can see it moves much, much slower. Report rate, here you can adjust it to 125, 124, 166, 200, 250, 333, 500 hertz, or 1000 hertz for ultra smooth polling while you're gaming. If you're not gaming, there's really no reason to have it up that high, so 250 is probably good. Screensaver is kind of neat. So if you're inactive for a while, you can adjust the screensaver to customize logo or to a default logo, and you can draw black dots. You see here, drawing over the white ones, or draw white dots. Or you can tell it to reverse what you did and undo. Or you can just can the whole thing. And you can also click preview to see how it looks on your screen. This one has to be blank, so right now the screen is just blank. You can also likewise export as a bitmap and import them too. So you don't have to do your editing inside of here, you just have to create a thing that is 128 by 64 pixel, 128 pixels wide and 64 pixels tall, and you can just load it in black and white, and you're good to go. It'll show up on your display. Memory storage, here you can wipe it out, set it the Ghost macro station to complete factory default settings. You can back up what's currently in it so that you can have multiple sets of profiles for different games, or you can load previously saved settings. And then we also have a cooling timer. What this is, while the Aivia Ghost software is running in the background, if you press a button, you can have it show up a certain message on the display. And here you can see a little preview when I hover over highlight and a preview over blinking. And you can also set where on the screen it shows up. So line 1, reminder script, you can set it to and it can only do regular English numeric characters. And here you can set your delay. So what would happen now is I would click this one to show it's enabled, and if I click the G1 button, 3 seconds from now, the screen displays, and there it is, displays on the screen cooldown and hello world. And then pairing, this is you can press the connect button on your mouse, and this is in case you're working in an area where possibly you have more than one available, or more than one person in the area has a uranium, and this way you can be sure that you aren't going to interfere with each other's game time. Alright guys, thanks for watching. This is our overview of the Ghost Engine software for the Gigabyte Aivia Uranium. Thanks for watching our video. Be sure to check out our other videos on YouTube and subscribe. Check us all also on Facebook and Twitter, and visit our website on www.hightechlegion.com, where we have all our reviews, and you can even say hello in the forums. I'm Phil, and I'll see you later.